Justin Botier, CEO of Calyx CPA. The weather is getting cooler. We're spending more time indoors, and that is a good thing because we have to start thinking about the end of the year. We need to start doing bookkeeping. We need to start to plan for the end of 2021. And most of all, we need to consider doing 1099s. And I know this subject sneaks up on people every year, but it's now time to start preparing for that responsibility. For most of you, 1099s is not a new thing, but if it is, I'm going to kind of reintroduce it to you, and then I'm going to introduce it to you and then show you what you need to do in order to prepare for them, to gather the information, and then what software you can use to prepare them. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Somewhere. Let's see here. So this is a 1099 NEC. Now, this is, the NEC stands for non-employee compensation. A couple of years ago, they separated it from the 1099 miscellaneous because there was a lot of errors in regard to how those 1099 miscellaneouses were being prepared. So a 1099 non-employee compensation is issued by a business to any individual or business that was paid $600 or more for service. This could be janitorial services, repairs and maintenance. This could be attorneys and accountants. It's definitely attorneys. Attorneys get them no matter what. But people who own S Corps and C Corps are, for whatever reason, exempt from receiving them, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about those. But this is, and also one of the things that is somewhat new, I don't know if it's new, but it seems to be kind of a closed case now, is whether or not when you've hired a contractor, you include the gross amount that was paid to them or just the amount that was paid for service. The argument, I think, is closed. You issue the 1099 for whatever you paid that contractor. It doesn't matter if it was for service and materials. You do not have to file a 1099 to vendors of the materials and supplies. So this is a 1099 NEC. This is, again, is for like maybe your seasonal workers, your farm hands, your service providers that are not also on your payroll. You want to make sure you don't do that. And so let's see here. The 1099 miscellaneous form, which was the original form, now really the only box that you probably want to pay attention to is rent. Rent is, this 1099 is important because if you as a business need to be issuing these to your landlord, and maybe your landlord is yourself, maybe you own the property and you own the business. Well, you want to issue one of these to the holding company or to you, the person where the operating company is renting from, so that you contribute to the legitimacy of the business and the business separation. The IRS gets really persnickety in it, and it blurs the lines, and they can take advantage of the situation if you're commingling like transactions between personal and business, and you don't have separate banking, for example, in your it's one thing if you have like a personal bank account in your name that you're using exclusively for business. It's another when you have one business or personal account that you're spending both personal and business. Okay, this is kind of the same way. If you've got a separate operating company that's renting from you or a holding company, it needs to issue a 1099 miscellaneous with box 1 completed to legitimize that separation. And there's all sorts of reasons for that, and I can go into those, but not for this video. So the first thing you need to do is you need to send out, you gotta get your bookkeeping done, and then you have to kind of ascertain who's gonna get a 1099 from you. And again, that's anybody who you paid over $600 for a service. And so the first thing you do is you send the W-9s out, you get, they're going to put their name in box 1 if they don't have a business. They're going to put their address, they're going to put their social security number. they should check this box 3, in box 3, to identify themselves as an individual. If they've got a business but they didn't make an election to be taxed as a CS or a partnership, then they're going to put the business name in here, and then they're going to check sole proprietorship, put their social or EIN number as well as their address in there. If most businesses I know now are more like limited liability companies, so you're going to put their business name, they're going to click this box, limited liability, and if they made an election to be taxed as a C Corp, S Corp, or is a partnership, then they're going to put a corresponding letter in there, and that's going to tell you whether or not they're exempt. S Corps and C Corps are exempt. For whatever reason, you don't have to issue a 1099 to them. So that's it. I mean, that's the information that you need to get. The hardest part of this whole thing is collecting the information from your vendors. It's time consuming. You might have to make phone calls. They may have been seasonal people. You hadn't given them W-9s to begin with, and now catching them and collecting that information is going to be next to impossible. I would say you just need to file one with just their name or something like that, and the amount that you paid them. Just do your best you can to comply, even if you don't have all the information. Some companies are really more disciplined about it. Like before they pay anybody, they send out this W-9. It's kind of annoying because like you want to get paid, or they want to get paid, and you send them a W-9, say fill this out and then I'll pay you. It's really annoying, but it's good. It's a good discipline by the business owner to do that. It's up to you, but email these, print them. You can easily Google them. You just say IRS form W-9, and it will come up PDF, and you can email a link, or you can print them and mail them out, or you can even call and take information over the phone. So the software I would recommend for filing these is Track 1099. You can file all the different kinds of 1099s on it, and it will email them, it will mail them, and it files them to the IRS. It's probably by far the easiest way of handling these 1099s. There's a real nominal fee for it, but I would say it's the best way to do that. So all you need in order to complete this stuff is your business information, your business name, address, and EIN number, and those W-9 forms that you should have filled out by now. And this is all due in January. You got to get this done in January. So that's why you want to take advantage of the last couple of months of the year in order to send out those W-9s and get those done. So that's 1099s. And then in there should have the opportunity to indicate state filing. So if you're in Oregon, you will need to also update that information from the W-9s and put it into, upload it into Oregon's system, and Track 1099 provides an easy way to do that. If you have any questions, give my office a call. We can do what we can to help you, but definitely give this a go. Again, the hardest part is simply getting the W-9s from your vendors. So that is all I have. And thank you very much, and good luck getting things together this year. All right, bye-bye.